Peace. This is A and B African Man born on the rant of the morning. So I might give you two of these a day, depending on how I'm feeling. It might not be every day, but it's going to be randomly. That's what's called random rant of the night and random rant of the morning. This is episode 1 of random rant of the morning. All right. Also, the God MC mixtape is coming January 1st, and I'm going to release it at Kwanzaa Imani, which is January 1st, the 7th day of Kwanzaa. All right. So, that being said, here's my rant of the morning. Sisters and brothers, the reason why y'all are each other's problem is because you don't want to understand each other, but also you got to understand what you're picking, or who you're picking, and who you're dealing with. I don't get how y'all choose ratchet and then get mad that they're ratchet. You choose crazy and don't understand why they're doing crazy shit. Like, I don't get it. It's like y'all suffering. Y'all love that shit for some reason. It's okay to just be like, oh, I'm gonna just choose this chick and da 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 da. Would you try to change her or something? Just like you sisters and try to change these men. That nigga was dumb when you met him. And he was attracted to certain shit, and then you decided to be with him, and then he started acting out. Because once, for some reason, once sex is involved, everybody act a fool for some reason. Everybody. I've seen it many times. Y'all been with this person, y'all not even really dating, like baby mother and baby father shit. Y'all ain't been together that long, but as soon as sex comes, everybody loses their damn mind. People that cheated on you are trying to stop you from cheating by checking your phone and doing all this other shit, and it's like, no, you're just crazy. You know what I'm saying? And y'all complain about the person being crazy. What part of the game is this where we're not paying attention to our decision making at some point? And all right, the first time, second time, okay, but once you get like third, fourth, and you choose the same type of person with different names, that's your fault. That's all your fault. Don't sit there and blame all men or all women like a lot of y'all do. You could tell the ones that are single that can't make a fucking decision right. You could tell. And y'all gonna get mad at me for saying it, but it's true. Y'all can't make a proper decision in your life because all you do is choose people that you don't like because you don't want to be alone. But then you say, well, I'm loving me and I'm doing me. You say that shit every year. I'm like 40 years old. Some of y'all like 40. Well, I'm loving me. You should have loved yourself when you went through that shit the second time. You know what I'm saying? Or even the third time. I'll give you the third time. I usually say you learn after 3 times, right? Like literally, I learned probably after 3 times. You know what I'm saying? But I've always had long relationships. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't have a long enough relationship to complain. What do you complain about? You are just as bad as that person is. If you're going through the same consistency of failed relationships at shorter periods of time, you're just bad at this shit, B. Let's just be honest. And I'm not saying that you're not valid in how you feel about the situation if it is that person's fault. You know what I'm saying? And you notice I'm being very careful with my words. I'm not using women or men in this situation because everybody's kind of stupid in that regard. We don't choose the proper mates. You know what I'm saying? We date each other for the wrong reasons. We date each other for provisions. We date each other for how they look. We date each other for how it status. You know what I'm saying? And all of those things are wrong. I don't give a shit how you feel. Everybody talk about, well, a man needs to do this. The man don't need to do shit for you, honestly. Stop letting people tell you that. Like, listen, just like a women need to do this. Stop letting people tell you that shit. But what people do for each other is based on their want to be with each other. And that is their business. It's not no fucking guidelines and standards of what it should be. I know people want you to believe that, but it's not. Even if you have facts on behind it, yes, there is things that men do that kept marriages together in the 1900s and in the 1800s, whatever the case is. We're in 2023, about to be in 2024. Things are different. Things are changing. We have to work together as a team in relationships, and we got to be all about each other. You know what I'm saying? These women ain't the same as it was back in the 1950s, because in the 1950s, a majority of women couldn't work. Black women were working. You know what I'm saying? But the majority of women couldn't work, couldn't have a bank account, couldn't have certain things, couldn't do certain things, and the man was completely in charge. In this day and time, it's like, it's not that way in society. As much as a lot of men want to keep it the way it was, where men are the head of household and all that other stuff. Listen, in this day and time, y'all both got to be the head of your household. In this day and time, y'all got to work together. In this day and time, y'all got to build together. In this day and time, you got to respect each other. And respect is not a one-way street. It's a two-way street. It's always been a two-way street. You can look at the word respect. Again, Ray, you get it for son. Son has two principles of gender, all right? Because gender is a principle. It is not a spectrum. It's a principle. And it manifests into the physical. For a lot of y'all that are confused about that, I don't care what class you go to, listen. Gender is a principle that exists in the universe, and it became manifested into the physical. That's what genders are. So there's different mentalities that come with gender. You born a man, there's a certain mentality. Even if you're a homosexual man, or what do they call it? Not transgender, bisexual man. There's a principle of what you are genetically that makes you think a certain way. It's not something going against what you want to be. That's what you want to be. That's who you're going to be. That's what you say you are. That's your business. But you are born with male principles that come with being genetically a man, all right? Just like women, you know what I'm saying? So all of this argument about what a man is and it's a spectrum, it's not. What a woman is and it's a spectrum, is not. It's not a spectrum. You know what a spectrum is? Something that you literally see. You know what I'm saying? And if I see that you're a man, that's the spectrum, right? You know what I mean? But it goes up to that point of what I see. What you feel, you can't see it unless it's you. If you feel like that, you know what I'm saying? That's not a spectrum. You know what I'm saying? I think the word is subjective or something like that. All right? So, and that's just giving you correct information. Like a lot of y'all want to sit there and push narratives. You ain't got to push a narrative. Just tell the truth. That's how you feel. Right? And you blame everybody else for how you feel. Oh, homosexuals have been treated like blacks. You need no way. Matter of fact, the homosexuals that are black get treated worse than the whites that are black. I mean, the whites that are homosexual. So stop it. You know what I'm saying? But to get into the point, so I finish this off, right? Y'all choose your pain. Y'all choose your aggravation. Because not only do you have experience of being in relationships, a lot of y'all stay because you're hoping, you're dreaming, you're thinking that you can change the person. You ain't changing nobody. You can influence somebody to change, but you ain't changing nobody. You're never gonna be what you want them to be, because you don't have the right to change that person. You don't have the right to tell them who they're supposed to be. I'm just trying to make you a better man. You ain't making nobody no better man. I hate when women say that shit, because it's not true. You just want him to be better for you. Better suited for what you want in your life, whether it's money or whether it's a lavish lifestyle. No, why don't you work with him and get that shit, instead of you sitting there trying to put him down and shit. And vice versa. You men don't even invest in your woman's dreams, so why the fuck are you sitting there talking about what they want to do in their life? If that's what they want to do, that's what they want to do. You either support it or leave it alone. Stop trying to ruin a woman's life because you don't want her to go to school. You don't want her to be an entrepreneur. You don't want her to listen. In this society, you can't do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, stop knocking each other down and lift each other up. But in order for you to lift each other up, you actually got to care about these people. Yes, people, you actually have to care about your mates. And I don't see that. So with that being said, this is my Rant of the Morning, episode 1. All right? Visit AfricanManborn.com for all the music and content, and the website coming soon for my podcast. The Truth News coming soon. Peace.